EFCC battles religious sect over 13 billion naira money laundering for terrorists. Can you imagine? I'm sure this religious sect must be Muslims. No need to hide it. These are the Islamic jihadists, I tell you. They are moving money around for terrorists and they are sponsoring terrorism. And federal government knows about it, but they don't want to do anything about it. Now they're leaving the FCC to fight it. Are you sure this young man that is leading the FCC will be able to fight this kind of war? I doubt to. We really need to be very careful. Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Mr. Ola Olukoyede, reviewed yesterday why the war against insecurity has been protracted, disclosing that a powerful religious sect in the country secured a court order to stop his men from probing the 7 billion naira linked to some terrorists. Can you imagine? Now, the commission said it was investigating a 13 billion naira fraud when it discovered that 7 billion of the cash was linked to a religious body's account. Olukode disclosed at a one-day sensitization event in Abuja on the theme Youth, Religion and the Fight Against Corruption, held at the Yaradua Center in Abuja. So the chairman said that a different religious body was found to be protecting a money launderer after some money suspected to have been laundered was traced to the organization's bank account. Although Olukoyede did not name the sect and the terrorist group involved in the cases, he nevertheless said that religious organizations, institutions, sects, and bodies have been engaging in money laundering. A religious sect in this country was laundering money for terrorists. We were able to trace some laundered money to a religious organization, and when we approached the religious organization that it was about it as we were carrying out our investigation, we got a restraining order stopping us from carrying out our investigation. Olukode said without naming those involved, and when the crime took place. So the FCC boss lamented that despite effort of the commission to stamp out corruption, the spate of financial crimes and grafts is rising across the land, thereby triggering the need for a change of strategy and approach. Okay. So EFCC boss lamented that despite efforts of the commission to stamp out corruption, the spate of financial crimes and the graft is rising across the land, thereby triggering the need for a change of strategy and approach. In his words, with all modesty, we have been effective in deploying our enforcement powers in tackling various forms of financial crimes, including grant corruption, and cyber crimes. So our conviction profile and the record of asset recovery is unmatched by any other agency. But rather than abate, these crimes appear to have festered, suggesting that a change of approach might be imperative. This realization commends a reconsideration of the Commission's anti-graft strategy with a new focus on prevention in line with the popular dictum that prevention is better than cure. So it is also in tandem with the recommendations of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, UNCAC. So the government pointed out that, the chairman pointed out that in a bid to stamp out financial crimes, new approaches have to be adopted and applied. Okay, he said to ensure that this intervention is not lost in a polemic maze, we have prioritized two focal areas of concern to the Commission: the involvement of youth in cyber crimes and the susceptibility of our ministers, department and agencies. MDA's the involvement of youth in cyber crimes and susceptibility of our ministries departments and agencies, MDAs, to grant corruption. So the allure of computer-related fraud for our youth, especially those in tertiary institutions, is deeply concerning. So, too, is what appeared like a pushback against the enforcement actions of the Commission by the youth themselves and managers of some of our institutions. Oh boy. So the danger of having a tribe of future leaders whose outlook in life is that fraud and corruption are the stairways to fame and fortune is, however, too dare to treat with kid gloves. Okay, so in the same vein, extreme vulnerabilities of our ministries, departments, and agencies to corruption has led to resource hemorrhage and attendant negative impact on the nation's development. Both trends easily provoke a lot of questions. So the FCC must appeal to religious and faith leaders to tailor their messages to reduce corruption and promote contentment among their members, so as to reduce the level of corruption in the land. Okay, so this is exactly what Olukoyede is saying, that a religious sect, a religious organization in Nigeria has been traced, and this group has secured court injunction to stop Olukoyede and his men in FCC from probing them and for stopping the investigation doing their job. Because out of the 13 billion naira that is being investigated, 7 billion is linked to the religious sect. Of course, without asking plenty questions, this religious sect will obviously be the Muslims, because the jihadists are Muslims and they are the people sponsoring terrorism, they are the people that want to claim the country. They are the people saying that it is a birthright to rule. I cannot continue like this. So now, if I must understand Olukoyede correctly, he seems to appear like his hands are tied. He seems to appear like he's not making progress, and he can't make progress because a situation where a body is exhumed or rather exposed for crime, and the body now goes ahead to secure court injunction to stop investigation against them, then something is wrong. This guy is obviously not going to be able to discharge his duty effectively. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comments.